I would be afraid if everybody could hear my thoughts. It would just be the Space Jam theme song over and over again.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam.
Welcome, movie watchers. Thank you guys for stopping by my channel. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click that notification for more up and coming videos. Today we're talking about Chaos Walking. Finally, this movie is out. It's been a long road for this film that stars Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley and is directed by Doug Liman, who has directed some really good films: Edge of Tomorrow, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the Bourne Trilogy. He's a good director. A dystopian world where there are no women and all living creatures can hear each other's thoughts in a stream of images, words, and sounds called noise. Question of the video: what is your favorite Doug Liman film? Comment down below with your answer and there you can find mine. I've always been kind of curious about Chaos Walking. I've been curious about this film much like I was curious about The New Mutants. Why was it pushed back so much? And will we eventually get this movie? And we do. We got New Mutants last year, and now this film that's been pushed back so many times. I was absolutely frustrated when watching this movie. It has potential to be a big franchise. It is based on a book series. I think there is 3 books within this series, and it seems like it could be one of those big dystopian thrillers that you would get like the Hunger Games and the Divergent series, but a little more mature. So I was very curious about this film. The opening for this movie is so out of control. It has no structure. It has no way of explaining the characters and the noise, what it is about their past. Eventually it is all explained, but later down the road. The best way I can describe the beginning of this movie is if you were in the movie theater and you fell asleep. You fell asleep for like maybe like 20-30 minutes, and you woke up and you looked at your friend and you said, "What's going on? Can you get me caught up to speed?" That's how I felt in the beginning of this movie. I was like, what is going on? I have no clue. I'm just completely lost. I've been in that situation before where I fell asleep and I had to ask my friend what is going on several times. But this movie hardly explains who the character is. We do know who he is. His name is Todd Hewitt. I think I heard Todd Hewitt like 100 times in this movie because Tom Holland's character, Todd Hewitt, is trying to control his thoughts so people who walk by him don't hear what he is thinking. So he thinks over and over again, "I'm Todd Hewitt, I'm Todd Hewitt, I'm Todd Hewitt." So when they walk by, all they hear is, "I'm Todd Hewitt." And he's not thinking of other things. And it becomes very important that he can control his thoughts when he protects Viola, who is played by Daisy Ridley, who crash lands on this planet. And everybody is after her. Because there is no woman, everybody is suspicious because of that. There's a little more explanation down the road why there is no woman. It's very helpful that he can control his thoughts because when they ask him, "Have you seen this woman?" all he says is, "I'm Todd Hewitt, I'm Todd Hewitt." And when you hear these thoughts from these people, more so Tom Holland's character, it's very short. It's just a couple words at a time describing certain things, what he likes, what he dislikes in the movie. But the way that they handled the thoughts, it's so scattered and so simple. It reminded me of the episode of The Office where Kevin wants to save time by saying fewer words.
Me mechanic not speak English, but he know what me mean when me say car no go, and we best friends. So me think, why waste time, say lot word when few word do trick.
And we know people can think in full sentences. I do, you do, everybody does. We all think in full sentences. But Tom Holland's character has a hard time thinking in full sentences. It's so bizarre. And Daisy Ridley's character, when she's introduced too, she's very quiet. I mean, I understand that she's trying to adjust to this new world, but I don't think up until the end of the movie she says more than like 2 or 3 sentences at a time. It's like one word here, a sentence here, a sentence here. She's so cut off from this movie that it's like a wasted talent in this movie. And I feel that same way for Tom Holland as well. Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley are very good at what they do, but they aren't given a chance to absolutely shine in this movie because Tom Holland doesn't speak for most of this movie and all you hear is his thoughts and Daisy Ridley doesn't speak very much either, so everybody's just kind of quiet within this movie. And we learn a little more that they can also project these images of their thoughts, like a dog or past memories, whatever it may be, and that's hardly explained in the movie as well. But eventually down the road, they do explain what the noise is, why there's no women, and why people are looking for Viola. There's a lot of exposition scenes like this happened, then this happened, this led to this is why there's no women. It's all explained fairly quick throughout the film. But this movie's all over the place with its structure. It expects you to know certain things without actually telling you what it is, and you have to play catch up for a lot of the movie. It's an interesting concept, and I could see the potential behind this movie. I would be curious to read or figure out what happens in the next 2 books with this series. I like the idea behind it and the noise and everybody's thoughts being very vulnerable to everybody, but they live inside this community and that everybody could hear your thoughts, and so there's no privacy within this movie. Everybody has random thoughts. I wanted to see random thoughts, not what everybody wants to hear in the movie. There's some pretty decent action scenes too. We know that Doug Liman is very good at directing action scenes. Edge of Tomorrow, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the Bourne trilogy. There's some pretty good action scenes, some pretty good tracking scenes, especially when Viola is introduced in the movie and she's being chased by Todd and the rest of the community. There's some pretty good action scenes in the movie, but overall the structure of this movie is very bad. The characters are bland. There's no chemistry between Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley, and they're both good. Not in this movie, but they're both good at what they do. They're not given the right script for this movie and a chance to shine. They're really holding back, and it just feels like wasted talent in this movie. Overall, Chaos Walking was it was chaotic. It was a big letdown. I think I was expecting a lot more from this movie. Honestly, I didn't see a trailer for this movie before checking this film out, and I really didn't know what it was about. But coming out of it and knowing that it's based off of a series, there's potential for it to be good, but it just didn't reach that potential and reach what I thought it could be going into the movie. I'm gonna go ahead and give Chaos Walking a D+. Thank you guys for checking my review for Chaos Walking. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.